This newly released footage shows the Dragonfire laser-directed energy weapon system in action, and it could be in the hands of military personnel in 5 years' time. It destroys targets with an intense beam of light and has pinpoint accuracy. It's able to hit something the size of a £1 coin from a kilometre away.
So we've been talking about the cost of firing a laser weapon to be £10 a shot. And really all we're talking about is the cost of the energy that you need to fire the laser weapon. Obviously, once you've got the system in place in the first place. And that compares very favourably with missiles, which might be thousands or tens of thousands or even more per single shot.
Scientists say Dragonfire proved itself in testing in Scotland and has the potential to transform the UK's defence capability. It could be used on land or sea and would remove the reliance on high-cost ammunition.
Drones are a really good example of the kinds of targets that a laser weapon would be very effective against. And certainly in our demonstrations, drones are one of the targets that we've successfully engaged on a number of occasions at really useful ranges.
Britain isn't alone in developing this technology. Militaries around the world see the advantage, like Israel, which has Iron Beam, designed to destroy short-range objects too close for the Iron Dome system.
We don't like to compare Dragonfire too specifically with what's being done in other countries, because they have their own research programs which we're not privy to. But what I would note is that the Dragonfire technology that we've designed is UK bespoke technology, which is owned by us and can be used by us in support of generating laser weapons for our own platforms in future.
Dragonfire is now back from Scotland and will potentially be involved in further trials. Claire Sadler, Forces News.
This is Ari.
Let's say on a small island in the Pacific.
Once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage.
Directed energy weapons, also known as DEWs, are weapons that deploy a highly focused energy beam, including lasers, microwaves, and particle beams. After decades of research in the United States, defense contractors announced back in 2015 that these systems are expected to come online by 2020 and are currently announcing that they are ready to deploy in the field. Russia, China, India, and the UK are developing directed energy weapons as well. And Iran has had them in use since at least 2013. In 2019, Turkey was the first to officially deploy this technology in combat when they claimed to have shot down a Chinese-made drone supplied to the Libyan National Army. On September 16th, Defense Secretary Mark Esper announced that China and Russia have already weaponized satellites with directed energy weapons.
Meanwhile, in space, Moscow and Beijing have turned a once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage.
And for the past few years, many have wondered if these advanced weapon systems have anything to do with the unprecedented fires we have seen in the past few years. Laser-based weapons are able to destroy the target with external heat, and microwave weapons are designed to penetrate the target through external antennas and sensors and ignite the internal electronics, destroying them from the inside out. This could explain how thousands of homes have rapidly burned into their own footprint while the trees surrounding them survive. And it could explain the several cars we have seen utterly destroyed with temperatures hot enough to liquefy glass and metal. Michael Janich, host of the YouTube Dutch Sense channel, has been researching the Earth's seismic activity for the past 10 years. During the past few weeks, he has discovered satellite imagery that show an equal distance spread of fires, all starting within the same 4 hours.
4 hours? We've got ourselves an equal distance spread of fires. Here, 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 and here. So, what could cause an equal distance spread of fires? Well, only two things, Mother Nature or man, right? There's no storm in the area. You can't blame a storm. So what could cause equal distance spaced fires to spread out across, what do you think that is? 1/3 of Idaho?
And he also discovered what looks to be a beam of light that can be seen in the infrared spectrum, like a microwave. On September 8th, a beam of light can be seen directed to the Dolan Fire of California. The beam appears to excite the heat signature of the fire as it is held on target for over 2 hours.
Right before dawn, watch that. This is yesterday, going into this morning. This is in California, the beam coming from space up above Oregon, or somewhere in between this and Oregon. And as it's going through, see how it excites? As the beam is spreading, look how it excites. It's no doubt about it. And the beam spreads first. Look, beam spreads first. It goes from a tiny, little, tight beam to a wide beam. Then the fire spreads to a wide fire.
The next day, a beam of light is seen directed at and exciting the heat signature of the Holiday Farm Fire in Oregon for over an hour.
Here it is now, and it's two of them. And it's only going to one fire, a different fire. And it's moving. Okay, it's moving. There's clouds going through it, which rules out it being an artifact. The clouds are passing through and interfering with the beam.
Meanwhile, in space, Moscow and Beijing have turned a once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage.
The timing of this public admission is interesting. These weapons of the future are now officially being deployed. Are we currently being attacked with directed energy weapons? And if so, by who?
Well, by your own government. And yes, we are being currently attacked by these energy weapons. I mean, if they're open up to having these directed energy weapons, can imagine what they're not telling you. Because the weapons they have in store for whatever chaos they are planning to bring is 100 times worse, way worse than what they are admitting on Pentagon or mainstream news media. You see what I'm saying? So with this whole weaponizing space, like you heard the individual from Pentagon, like it says here, Pentagon admits direct energy weapons, right? Now think about all the planes that are falling off the skies because they've weaponized space, like it said, right? They can easily use this technology to do some off-the-wall stuff and have all these planes falling out of the skies. You see? The first clip you saw, he was going into, that was in the UK, talking about how they use this particular type of energy-directed weapons on drones. And drones are nothing but more miniaturized planes. So what is to stop them from using this technology on planes and have them falling off the skies? They've weaponized space. He said that space in the sense in the atmosphere where planes fly, right? They've done that. And they're telling you right in your face that we've done this. We have the ability to do this. So this is not a conspiracy theory. Nobody's trying to, pull your leg, so to speak, get into your head and mess with you. This is all real. This is all too real. It is happening in our lifetime. And like the narrator was talking about, if they are openly admitting to the fact that they have these weapons. Why are they doing it now? The timing is all too real. It's all too questionable. Why are they doing it now? Because you're about to start seeing unimaginable things at an alarming rate. It goes back to what is called the revelation method. They have to tell you of these things, and it is now up to you to dismiss it, call it a conspiracy theory, call it as well just, somebody yanking your feet, whatever term you're trying to label it so you can sleep better at night, right? But they have to tell you of these things, the revelation method, right? They'll reveal what it is they're doing, and by you not taking action to what it is they're doing, guess what? That becomes you giving your consent. That is how they look at it. Just like when the end user agreement, they give you an end user agreement. There's a place where it says you not reacting to this, not giving a yes or no, will be taken as yes. That's what it is, right? They look at it that, okay, you've given your consent, even though you didn't partake in it, you didn't try to feed off of it, but they still consider it as your consent. That's why they make all these movies, right? Letting you know what they're about. They have guys like this Pentagon look at you in the face and talk about, how Russia has this and China has that, and they're chipping away on democracy or whatever all that propaganda jargon. And America has the same, if not more. That's why the narrators correlating this stuff with the LA fires, because that's how these things happen. These directed energy weapons, some things that can melt steel, iron, and glasses, but can burn roof that are painted with blue. It can't totally burn out the trees, the forests and things, but it will totally dissolve cars. You see, this microwave weapons. That's exactly what it is, and you have to understand that it is here, and very soon they will start using it on people like never before. You think planes falling out of the skies is, you haven't seen nothing yet. You haven't seen nothing yet. A whole lot of unexplainable, unimaginable things are about to start happening. It is high time for you to pay attention. It is high time for you to do so. This is Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, and the 7th verse. It says, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when they need to speak it right. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruchahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continue to teach us this truth. Peace, salutation, shalom, shalom, shalom to all you brothers and sisters out there that are of the household of faith, beginning with 144,000 mighty men of the house of Israel, down to the men, women, and children that are allotted to be delivered in these latter days, who are of the elect, and to the brothers that are pushing this gospel in all sincerity and in all honesty. To you all, I say shalom, right? I bring the scripture out because this word instruments here. Let's read that again in Isaiah, the 32nd chapter and the 7th verse. It says, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak it right. And if you look up the word instruments here, you will get a clear understanding of what all these directed energy weapons are right here.
Strong's H 3627. Kelly.
There you have it. Instrument, vessel, instrument, weapon, directed energy weapon, jewel, armor bearer. You see that? Armor. What is that? The instruments to destroy. And that's exactly what these directed energy weapons are. DEW. They've weaponized space. These weapons, these armor bearers. To use it on what? To use it on you. Who else? To use it on you. And believe you me, they've been using it on you for a long ass time. It's just that a lot of people are beginning to catch up to it now. They have to do this public revelation method to kind of like underhandedly play you with the whole propaganda. Oh yeah, it's Russia, it's China, it's this, it's that, right? Well, they have these weapons, and they've been using these weapons. All these wildfires are not just happening by happenstance. It's been orchestrated by these armor bearers, these weapons. See? Implement of hunting or war. And we are in the time of war. We just had Zelensky come to the Oval Office, and Trump was telling him, you're trying to start World War III, this and that, the other. What did Zelensky say? Zelensky said, all these things are going to come to you. You have oceans surrounding you, thinking that this wouldn't happen, but eventually it will come to you. And that is true. We are in a time of war. What does the scripture says? There is a time for everything, a time of peace and a time of war. That's why the scripture also says, when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction cometh upon them. I mean, here it is, they're talking about peace. But all you see are these weapons of mass destructions. If you're going to bring peace, then stop creating these weapons. Every country has nuclear capability now. A lot of countries have that. A lot of countries have been stocking up on weapons to destroy. And here they are talking about peace. So take heed, anybody that's pushing peace, tells you in the scriptures, when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction cometh upon them, because we are in a time of war. See, the drums of war are beaten. That's why you have all this high-tech, advanced weaponries, and directed energy weapons, DEW, is just the tip of the iceberg. But you have to understand these things. They are here. You cannot be willfully ignorant about these stuffs. They are here. It says the instruments, the weapons, the armor bearers, also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor. So they use this instruments of war, weapons, directed energy weapons, to do what? To destroy the poor, even with their lying words. And they come to the mainstream news media and lull you back to sleep. Say, oh, don't worry about it. It's just Russians doing what they do. It's just China doing what they do. But our Americans will protect you. You can't come to the Oval Office and make demands. Here it is. Israel is coming to the Oval. Netanyahu just left the Oval Office. He made all kinds of demands. And Trump was, okay, massa. Okay, whatever you say. You see? It's how they destroy you with lying words. We will make America great again. They're lying to you. It's all about the American people. Hence, but they will be sending all these billions of aid to Israel. What's up with that? That is all the poor destroy you with lying words. And, a lot of people are so gullible to feed into that. It is what it is. If you get deceived, that is on you, man. Even when the needy speaketh right. Let's get this real quick. In Psalms the 17th chapter and the 8th verse, it says, "Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me." And what avenue do they use? Well, in this regard, they directed energy weapons. A lot of people are still displaced from having their homes burned out. A lot of people are still displaced from having their homes flooded in. What happened in North Carolina, now, LA fires. LA has always been the testing grounds for all this craziness, right? You see? So from the wicked that oppress you, right? They oppress you in all kinds of ways. They tax you to death. You will own nothing and be happy. That is nothing but oppression, man. How the hell will you own nothing and be happy? Well, through their propaganda, they convince you that you owning nothing is actually good for you. Meanwhile, they are flying everywhere, telling you that, oh, we have to measure your carbon footprint. Who is measuring their own carbon footprints, right? So this is how they oppress you. Wicked, they oppress you. Through the food, they've weaponized your food. They've weaponized the air you breathe, chemtrails. Look up in the skies, like, what the hell is going up in the skies? You see? They even weaponize your children against you. Weaponize your wife against you. Divorce is at all-time high, and a lot of divorces get started by the women, because they're not going to take half of your stuff. In most cases, more than half. And then you got to pay child support, and it's crazy, right? So from the wicked that oppress me, from the deadly enemies who compass me about. Now they've managed not just to compass you about, they're all up in the air also. They've weaponized space against you, brothers and sisters. They've done just that. Weaponized space against you. Says they are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth, they speak proudly, right? Telling you what they will do and what they won't do. We have these weapons, and we can shoot this and shoot that. Just like the first clip you saw, the guy was talking about what UK got and what these people have and what they've been doing with it, shooting down drones. And Israel has their Iron Dome weapons to intercept missiles that are coming into Israel. This is how they speak proudly. The NWO, the New World Order, they're looking to establish. This is how they speak proudly. Telling you that, oh, we're making brain chips. Elon Musk, he's talking about making neural links that he will put in your head. This is how they speak proudly, man. It says they have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Who've weaponized space, looking down on you with these weapons, man. They can't wait to shoot it at you. It says, they have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Something bowing down to the earth means it is up top. You see? That's how proud they are, to the point where they've weaponized space. How crazy is that? You see? It says, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So right here, I believe this is the Psalm of David. So it's King David right there is telling the Most High to, right here it says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, disappoint the wicked. And the chief wicked is the banking families that run the whole show, which a lot of them are crypto Jews, right? Zionists is what a lot of them are. Now when you tell the truth about them, they call you anti this and anti that, right? They have the ADL to hush you. Can't even say nothing against them on YouTube. You'll be ostracized. Have your channels taken down for hate speech, blase, blase. How is it hate speech when it's the facts, when it's the truth? Right? These are the ones he's saying, arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Cast him down because they are in power, they're in positions of power, they're above you. They're living very loftily. They're living and doing good. Hence why till today, none of them have been arrested for going to Epstein Islands. Though they gave you that charade of, the Epstein list has been given to a group of Jews, a group of them to quote unquote disclose the identities of those that went there. Where are they? What is happening? And they were laughing their asses off when they were showing you this whole charade of a so-called exposure. Right? So that's why King David is not trusting in man to do this. He's telling the Most High himself to arise and disappoint him. Cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the so-called Jews, the Zionists and the wicked elites that run the whole show, guess what? They are the sword of the Lord. That's why they're able to make directed energy weapons. They're able to make atomic bombs and drop it on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, right? That's why they're able to make chemtrails and weather modifications technology, right? On flooding, a lot of places they want to flood in. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're able to weaponize your food, weaponize your shampoos, weaponize all kinds of stuff, your everyday life stuff. Why? Because they are the sword of the Lord. The Lord is using them to punish the world. And very soon, like King David is pleading to the Lord here, will be delivered from their hands, and they themselves will be put to the sword that they've been using and waving around. Right? The 14th verse, it says, from men which are thy hand. Men, these are men which are thy hand. In other words, he uses them like a puppet master uses their puppet to achieve a lot of things, to push a lot of things in the earth. Because everything is going to according to biblical prophecies. All the stuff that are happening have already been prophesied in the scriptures. Now the Lord is using men to carry it out. So from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, these are the ones that run the world, they rule the world, which have their portion in this life. They're living it up. You know, they can afford to go to Epstein Island 32 times if they see fit. Meanwhile, you don't even know how to get there. You don't know what route to take to get to Epstein Islands, man. It says, and whose belly thou fillest with thy head treasure. It says, they are full of children. They are full of children, and live the rest of their substance to their babes. You see, they have so much. They live generational wealth to their babes. That's how much they have. They have it in the trillions. Liquid. Can't even begin to put a price tag on what they have. You see? It says, as for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. And there you have it. So no matter what we go through, we have comfort in the Lord and in his coming. And when he comes, we will be rewarded, and the wicked will be brought down, and the righteous will awake in thy likeness. What is that? To look like a heavenly angelic being. That is that 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, when it tells you that the mortal will put on immortality. Right? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Say, awake with thy likeness, which is the new covenant. Put on. Bear with me. Bear with me for a minute. I believe it was in 1 Corinthians. So it was, 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. Say, for this corruptible must put on incorruption. What is that? The flesh you're in. It is already dying. Even as you are alive, your flesh is dying away. You know? You're not as strong as you used to be as when you were young. See, what is that? Because you are living in a corruptible body, and you are subject to all kinds of atrocities and sins. And this mortal must put on immortality, to the point where you won't be able to die. What lives forever, where the God of the Bible, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, he lives forever. That's why the scripture is saying, when I awake in thy likeness, meaning you will never die. You will never die. This is what the wicked elites are trying to achieve through technology. Right? They're trying to do that through technology, to live on by being a cyborg, and they swap your memory and look at the movie. Was it a TV series? Altered Carbon, right? If you ever seen that TV series, you can check it out. They have the sleeves, and then they put in this chip in the sleeve that contains their memory, so they can keep on living like that. See what I'm saying? But that is not the way to achieve that. the ones that will come will have no side effects. You don't have to change sleeves or nothing like that. You see? So as the scripture say here. So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. See that? Death is swallowed up in victory. In other words, you won't be able to die anymore. You will live eternally, and you don't need to be a cyborg to be that. You don't need a fourth industrial revolution where they will merge the biological aspect of men with that of a technological aspect of men. Hence why you see Elon Musk everywhere Trump is. There's always Elon Musk, because he represents that technological aspect of this whole NWO. You see? And just a little something just to keep you updated what is going on. And with that, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chahakodash, double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. See you next time, Lord willing. Shalom. Shalom.